That's quite funny, really. Just on my bit of a road trip to go and get some more supplies from the CIN paint shop, and I've just told the plasterers that are working on the job that I'm on, who, well, they're actually Romanian plasterers, and I've used Google Translate on my phone in Portuguese to tell them I'll be back in an hour. And do you know what? They've got in their car and drove off. You couldn't make it up, could you? So I take it they'll be back in an hour. And I'll be back in an hour. So, yeah. Lost in translation. Never mind. So I've done me a bit of a drive. Quite ironic that the camera that I was using, there's battery's gone. Never mind. But here I am. I've done a bit of a drive out. It's probably about 10-15 minutes away from where I'm working, to the local CIN shop. Brilliant guys here. This is where I've been and collected paint last week. They gave me some tinters, you know, the universal stainers that go into the machines for tinting. I just wanted to knock off that aqua primer because it only comes in white, and they gave me some rouge red and they gave me some black, so I managed to mix the red and the black because they're ever so concentrated pigments of colour. Just a little slight spot into the white, which actually knocked off the white enough to give me a bit of a dusky pink colour, which was ideal for the AC CIN, the CIN AC thing paint that I was going over the top with, and that's a satin finish. I'd actually say the colour that I'm using, and you'll see in other videos if you're watching the series of working over in Portugal, if you're watching that series, you'll see that colour on the doors and the bedroom wardrobes that I'm doing is nearest I can say is, you know, when you see Ben and Jerry's ice cream and you see a cookie dough colour flavour, I would say it's like a cookie dough sort of colour, which is actually quite good. I'm quite impressed how it actually looks. And one coat over that dusty pink primer has actually been really good. So right, I'm going to get my stuff that I've got because I need to mix up this colour again. I need another 4 litres. The actual tins are 3.8. Now, I don't know whether I've said it in previous videos, 3.8 litre. It's the CIN AC CIN satin finish. It's water-based. Now, I've said before, this sort of money, because it's €116 for that 4 litre can of paint, €116 for a 4 litre can of paint is starting to come into Benjamin Moore money. And you've probably seen off the last video where I was actually doing the actual painting of the door. I like the stuff. I think the stuff's really good, and I'm really disappointed that within the next few days I'm going to be back in the UK and I'm not going to be able to use this paint again, and I'll say ever again, because the chances of me coming out to do my friend's house again are probably quite slim. But I was very sceptical of what the paint would be like for when I came out to do it. You know, my problems that I had with the Isomat, which is no fault to Isomat UK. We had problems with the delivery company getting the stuff directly from Greece, which, yeah, you've seen in the other video when I did the introduction to this series of painting in Portugal. So, yeah, I don't want to dwell on that. I don't want to dwell on that. Right, I'm going to turn my phone off. I'm going to go inside, get my paint mixed up, and I'll come back out. If they allow me to film inside, I will do. So let's keep my fingers crossed. So here we are. You can just see me outside the CIN shop. I've just got my paint. Yeah, as I said, I'm allowed to film. I'll just have a pan around for you while I'm waiting for my paint to be mixed up. Right. This is the sundry tools that they've got. And you can see white brushes. You know what, like, I can't see a putty knife. Got some nice filling knives. Soft brush. Nice sanding pad, dust masks, good for spraying. Got the rollers. I have to say, I think we're a bit spoilt in the UK with the quality of the rollers that we've got on offer. So I don't know what these are. These stuff like that. Move over to the brush selection. I don't know what these brushes are. You know, I've done lots of testing of brushes over the last 6 months, 12 months on the YouTube channel. These look proper synthetic bristles. Let's put it this way, they're not the Arrowworthies that I use, they're not the Knorr brushes that I've been demoing. And I'll even say they're not on the same league as probably the Hamiltons that we tested from Toolstation recently. Moving across to the rollers. I don't know what these are equivalent to. But you've seen in this series of videos I've been using the 2 Fussy Blokes rollers, which I'm really impressed with. They've been fantastic. But I'd say probably a little bit limited. We're a little bit limited on sundry items. I've not seen one of these for a bit. It's like a firm sponge. Use them for textured paint finishes. You used to do it with a bit of Artex. You used to put it on with an Artex and it gives you a bark finish. Got sandpapers. Let's see what I've got here. I can't see anything that's like wet and dry. You've got your cork. You've got your aerosol sprays. You've got all your paint tinting there, look. So it's not a third world country. I've got tinting machines over here. We've got tapes. We've got your tapes. I don't know which is which. We've got some cork. We've seen this Sudal over in the UK, so I've seen that before. That's it, right. All the different paints. Don't know what they are. I know the one I want's the AC Fame, which I'm happy about. Got all different brands, but if I did ever come over to the UK, from the UK again to Portugal, I'd have no problem. I'm just looking at the colour cards that you can see. I'd have no problem using any of this paint. I've been quite impressed. I might even take one of these colour cards. Yeah. Nice paint. Now that AC Theme paint that I've been using, I've just been asking about it. It is a scratch resistant paint. It's got polyurethane in it. That's the, I can find you the tin. That's one of the properties of it, that you can actually get a hard wearing finish. Now this is where I'm going to say to you, is it on the line of Benjamin Moore Scuffex? Because the way it levels out is phenomenal. It's dry, touch dry within 30 minutes, and the rating within 6 hours you can actually recoat. I've been leaving it 2 days, so I've been quite impressed how that actual paint. Okay. Polyurethane, it says it's on there. So I've been very impressed with this paint. The only thing I have mentioned, their sundry items are very limited. We've got no 2 Fussy Blokes. We've got no Arrowworthies. There is some nice fitures, but they're not the Axis fitures. They're more of a proper pure bristle, like natural bristle, what they'd be made of. What are they made of? But they probably wear down quite quickly. You have got some bagging up material, and there's a lack of any spray equipment in here. So I don't know whether anybody sprays in here or not, but over in Portugal, but I'd actually like to see this paint spraying. We have got measuring cups, which are quite handy. And we've got some, I mean, it's a bit like DIY. It's like DIY products, which is a shame because they've got such a good product range when it comes to actual paints. I'd like to know what they're like for, well, you've got your vinyl mats and you've got your soft sheens, vinyl clean. That's probably like a clean extreme. So I'd be interested to see what these paints are actually like if I ever came back to Portugal to do any proper painting, to see what these are really like. But thankfully, the guys in here spoke English, which is a godsend to me because I can't be using Google Translate all the time. But if I did come back, I'd be asking their opinion on what's the best paints that are equivalent to the Optima 5s, Ticarilla, Scuba mats and things like that. But that said, I've been very impressed and I've been very happy with the paint. So I'm going to get back in the car. Oh, let's see what I've got. All fast cars are red. Unfortunately, it's not my 911. It's only a ST line Focus, which is, I'll say, a bit of a bag of bolts. Never mind. And I'll see you a bit later on. Bye.